Okay, this is a demonstration of how to use I Ching Augury to enhance our entertainment of watching a ball game. In this case, we're going to demonstrate how we're going to read off the player's mind using the I Ching Augury. Well, we are watching the NBA playoff game of Chicago Bulls versus the Milwaukee Bucks, and you can see the huge score advantage by Chicago, 82 to 38. So, and this is Game 6. Chicago's up 3-2. So it looks like this is the last game between these two this year. Chicago gonna run away and finish the series. However, Derrick Rose is still on the court right now, and that's a star player at Chicago. But we all know Derrick Rose has a long history of injuries prior to this year. So in this case, we're gonna try to see this is the third quarter in a short win situation. They are closing out the series. How is Derrick Rose, who's the guy handling the ball right now, how is he feeling right now? So let's read that. Here I have the question set up, the male Derrick Rose, who are the leaders, influential figures, and the righteous purpose, just a righteous, living righteously. So let's read what Derrick Rose is thinking. Our question is, what will happen to Derrick Rose if he wants to take a snapshot of his current state of mind? In this case, Derrick Rose, the subject, is taking action of he wants to know the state of his current state of mind. Let's shut off the speaker here. For reference purpose, we are at 5:51 p.m. on April 30th, 2015, right in the middle of the NBA playoff game. Okay, here's the answer. The main thing to our answer is everything has a fresh start and path is open in all directions. Such setting is advantageous to display loyal support depicted as strong, loyal female horse. Having ambitions, subjects could be lost if leading at the front and can obtain capable masters if taking a step back. Supportive comrades shall gather together geographically depicted as winning friends in one direction and losing friends the opposite direction. If subject can be happy with the supporting role, then maintain the loyal and obedient attitude, the outcome shall be auspicious. The theme is supported by the following experience. But in this case, the experience is exactly the same as the primary. So it just doubly emphasized the primary theme. So what does this mean here in both our answer and the so-called experience? Derrick Rose right now with a huge lead at hand, he's playing a supportive role. His team is winning. So he's being in a conservative and supportive manner. He's apparently thinking about maybe helping his teammate, like his teammate, who the substitute probably will come on pretty soon, and he would like to help the substitute develop capability or experience or playing time toward the next series after the Bucks. As you know, after they finish off the Bucks tonight, they will begin a new series with the next opponent in the next round of NBA playoff. Therefore, in this case, he should not be a hero. He does not want to aggravate his previous injury, and he just play loyal, obedient, and with that attitude, everything should come out just fine. Be auspicious. Okay, this is a live cast of the NBA playoff game between the Spurs and the Clippers in Game 6 of the NBA first round playoff. And currently, as you see the score here, 32-41. So I have set it up here. My Augury sheet. This is a little different interface than what I demonstrate in other video. This is dedicated to read off a certain person's mindset. So the question is, what will happen to Chris Paul if he wants to take a snapshot of his current state of mind? Here I enter all the Chris Paul, the influential figure, the leaders, the righteous endeavor like we have done before. But my question is structured that what will happen to Chris Paul if he wants to take a snapshot of his current state of mind? Remember, let's look at the situation. The San Antonio is leading 41-32, leading by 9 points in the second quarter. So let's take a look. Okay, what will happen to Chris Paul if he wants to take a snapshot of his current state of mind? Let's see. Let's see what the Augury is telling us this. The main theme to our answer is the era of darkness is signified by lawlessness, typified as ruthless king at the very top, severely compromising justice and freedom. If subjects cannot disappear into the crowd, subjects shall withdraw outward capabilities and submit to the current regime. It is advantageous to endure difficulties and maintain the righteous hope inside. Well, that is an interesting depiction of Chris Paul is feeling an era of darkness has just landed around him. Above theme is developed under the following experience. It is best for subject to head to safer location. Without agenda, subject adheres to righteous principles and that situation naturally reverts back to normal. Then it should be auspicious. If action is necessary, it shall be swift and it should act swiftly to achieve auspicious results. So here it says that while the era of darkness has now descended on the Clipper team and Chris Paul, if they want to switch this situation, they better do it fast and head to a safer ground. Okay, very interesting depiction. We'll continue to read off his mindset in the following critical time of the game. Here we are continuing the previous recording of the game. As you can see, the score has tied up 47-47. So I want to take the same reading again one more time of Chris Paul. What's Chris Paul thinking and feeling right now? Again, everything remains the same. So we're going to click our casting. What will happen to Chris Paul if he wants to take a snapshot of his current state of mind? That was our question. And the answer is this. The needs are met. It is time to share wine and food. Persistence in such sharing shall result in auspicious outcome. So apparently he's much happier than earlier. The above main theme is supported by the following additional information. Subject starts to be visible to upper management and public. Subject shall refrain from sweet-talking the situation which would not reflect reality and would lose trust, thus gaining nothing. Subject taking corrective measure against such tendency shall have no further regret. So overall, it's leaning toward the positive. So, but in this casting, we also can have some information about the state of mind in the following description. So here, Chris Paul is not doing too well today. He's 0 for 7. His shooting is 0 for 7. So he's thinking very supportive, conservative, and protected, apparently. So he did not score a whole bunch of points, make a whole bunch of assists like his previous high-scoring game. Another particular in his state of mind is he feels enlightened and seeing new path. Apparently they can climb out of the 9-point, 10-point hole earlier. So he's seeing a way that his team can respond and overcome those obstacles. At the same time, he does have some trepid feeling. After all, Spur is a tough opponent, and he does not want to lose such a momentum where they finally gain back some lost ground. Okay, so let's take a look what's happening with the game right now. Still 51-51 tied. So we'll continue to follow Chris Paul's minds along this way. Okay, here's the update to this game as we enter the fourth quarter of the playoff game. Let's take a look at the mentality of Chris Paul again. So before we start casting, let's look at the score. Here's the score. Clippers 85, San Antonio 78, and Chris Paul came alive on the third quarter, scored a lot of points, dish out a lot of assists. So let's see how he's feeling right now. Everything remained the same. I just want to read the same question one more time. What will happen to Chris Paul if he wants to take a snapshot of his current state of mind? There it is, the main theme to our answer. So let me close off the speaker. As a decision maker, subject finds many remorse and regrets disappearing as a favorable external circumstances shaping the immediate environment. There's no need to worry about gains or loss in the near term. This is worth celebration because there is no hindrance ahead. Thus, it is auspicious to move forward. So apparently he's pretty opened up right now. Let's see the comments below. The main theme is supported by the following additional information. Proceeding without fanciful ambitions, actions shall lead to auspiciousness. The initial movement under a righteous attitude signifies a meaningful progress toward the set goal. Okay, so I think I pretty well, just those words without further elaboration, I think it pretty well sums up that he's feeling a lot better than when they were down 10 in quarter number 2. Okay, let's take a look at the state of mind meter reading here. So the indicator that shows up is frowning at hurdles ahead, need to adjust to move forward. So he is feeling, he sees some kind of concern where he needs to make adjustment. So that could be for himself or for his teammate. Nevertheless, this is an interesting read. Let's continue to see how the game goes. Okay, the game has just ended, so we're going to take a look at Chris Paul's state of mind again. First, let's make sure. First, I'll check some information. Right now it's 9:33 p.m., April 30th, 2015, and let's make sure the game has ended. It just ended, and we go to the sports, and then click the. There it is, the game. Yeah, the game ended, and I know Chris Paul just went through the final interview. Here it is, the Clippers 102, San Antonio 96. So let's take a look at how Chris Paul should be finishing his interviews already, and that's why I was watching and delayed the reading until now, because the reporter was asking a different question. So, what will happen to Chris Paul if we want to take a snapshot of his current state of mind right now? He should be in the locker room by now. Let's take a look. Okay, the main thing is developing within the cycle of Lü, transit away from home base. And the text reads, as a decision maker, subject embarks on an extensive travel such as in exile, and is susceptible to many threats. This is depicted as a kingly bird got shot by an arrow. Subject survives such a threat, depicted as missed shot and malefactor's loss of an arrowhead. Ultimately, subject shall come back to homeland and resurrect the former glories. Well, how about that? They just finished a very, very tough road game in San Antonio. Now the next thing they're going to do is to try to win one at home. The main theme is supported by the following information. The supplemental theme is developing within the cycle of Jian, gradual development by weathering through adversities. The text reads, use a depiction of a swan goose lands on a tree trunk, and maybe it can find a flat area to stand on. If subject can find a safer, flatter ground, swan goose can regroup before moving forward again, thus no regret. Therefore, they are here. It did not say it's auspicious because obviously they have not achieved their vision of winning the series or winning an NBA title, but by going to a safer home territory for the next game At least going forward, there shall be no regret. A few state of mind status that's worth mentioning here, as is first one that appear at what highest level is this one, 1.0. Joy/satisfaction right now, but future can be good and bad. Well, how about that? They just won the game, so they do feel a little bit joy there, even though it's temporary. Also, the frowning at hurdles ahead, need to adjust to move forward. So there's another game coming right up in a couple of days, a tough one too. And it's enlightened after new insights, seeing new path. So they just won a game. Now they survive one more. They need one more game against San Antonio win to get past this round.